program.
This announcement today should finally bring the much-needed security and peace of mind to those in our community who have come to call Bermuda their home, but yet legally are viewed as outside guests here.
Once passed by Parliament, the amended legislation would mean any person who is a citizen of a Commonwealth country living in Bermuda for 15 years will be eligible to apply for permanent residency status, and if that permanent resident reaches 20 years of residency here, they will be allowed to obtain Bermudian status, and with it the right to vote in an election.
Bermuda is one of the only places in the world that does not have any pathway to status. Likewise, permanent residents are growing up and having children of their own. And to these children, Bermuda is their only home. They know no other place.
The minister also making it clear the change in law will also remove Bermuda's irregular position in international law.
The status quo has led Bermuda to fall afoul of its international legal and human rights obligations under the European Convention on Human Rights and the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights.
However, the amended law won't mean permanent residents will have it automatic that they obtain Bermudian status. The changes will require that they must have resided in Bermuda in the 2 years prior to their submission of their application.
Any person who was born in Bermuda or who arrived before his or her 16th birthday will be eligible for permanent residency after 10 years of ordinary residence in Bermuda upon reaching their 18th birthday.
Elsewhere, we asked the minister to respond to the belief by some that any attempt to give Bermudian status to permanent residents would be seen as an attempt to whiten the population, as anti-racism groups have claimed, and ultimately shore up additional electoral votes for the ruling OBA in the next election.
To be perfectly frank, I think that falls into the category of misinformation and fear-mongering. And it's dangerous in any way to presuppose how someone votes. And that's the problem that we need to get away from in Bermuda. There's a presupposition that everyone that is going to get something is white and will not vote for the opposition or will only vote for the OBA. And I dismiss that, and this government dismisses that, and the more that people say such nonsense, it doesn't get us very far in Bermuda's history. It just doesn't.
You would disagree with officials from Kerr, for example, who say that past actions by the former UBB government to grant mass status to Commonwealth citizens led to an alteration of the voting base. I know through numerous data that it's no secret that when it comes to race, who votes for who?
I think in the past, the way in which things were done in relation to status was designed purposefully for what Curb has been talking about, without any doubt at all. When you had very short residency requirements, and at that time when decisions were made in the 70s, decisions were made, in my view, based on the racial makeup of the country. That is a long, long time ago.
Tarai Trott reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Of course, those already resident in Bermuda for more than 15 years at the time of the implementation of the legislation will also be qualified to apply for permanent residency. The minister also promising that an island-wide campaign to put faces on the island's permanent residents will be rolled out soon. In legal news, a man serving a life sentence in prison for murder has pleaded guilty to cannabis possession, resulting in an extension to his sentence.